What's up everyone, I'm CallumOnToast, and in today's video I'm going to be showcasing some very spicy battles in the Open Great League submitted to the channel by Beebzzzzzz, who's running a dizziness for daze theme team where daze is spelled D-A-Z-E. Bit of a play on words, I do like that. But anyways, their team is consisting of shiny Beedrill, a level 50 legacy shadow Poliwhirl, and a level 50 shiny Spinda. They could have easily gone for something like a Poliwhirl instead, but I do fully appreciate the bonus spice of the shadow Poliwhirl. These battles are from earlier this season, so that's why they're pre-rank 20, but these are still very high level battles. With that being said, let's get into the question of the day. What is the most underrated Community Day move / Pokemon for the Go Battle League? Let me know in the comment section down below, and with that being said, let's get into the battles now. Alright, so going into the first battle, we are playing up against I Don't Bait 89, so we're going to be seeing if that is really true, whether this opponent does bait or not. The opponent going to stay in with a very poor matchup, going for a Frenzy Plant double resisted. Eventually they swap into Talonflame, but I'm thinking they might not have two answers to this Beedrill, considering they did stay in initially. We're going to swap into our Shadow Poliwhirl. The opponent says they don't bait, and they don't bait, they go straight for the Brave Bird, and they will now be able to flip this matchup. So yeah, it's not looking too good for us actually here, as they are able to incinerate, farm down the Poliwhirl, and they come out with a decent amount of energy as well. We're going to come in with our shiny Spinda. The opponent clearly going to go for another Brave Bird here, as their name suggests, and they do go for it. We do get the farm down, but it's not looking as good as it did from that initial matchup up against the Chestnut. They come back in with the Chestnut. We are going to swap, and we catch the charge move perfectly onto our Beedrill. Very nice play. It's a superpower. They now come in with Bastiodon, but we don't get to a drill run in time. That's unfortunate, but we do run dig on our shiny Spinda, and this is going to be double super effective damage. It does so much damage there. Unfortunately, dig isn't the best move, so it does cost quite a lot of energy, and it's only because we're facing Bastiodon that it looks like it's a really strong move. But we go for a second dig here, did overfarm just a little bit. Dig takes out Bastiodon, and we make it to the Icy Wind in time before they get to a charge move, and Icy Wind takes out the Chestnut, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see an Obstagoon in the lead, so a pretty good matchup here, but we're not running X-Scissor, so it's not going to be as comfortable as you might think. Gonna let the first move go through. They go for a Night Slash, no boost here, so we can go for a Sludge Bomb on the CMP tie, but they will live this, and they can now get off their own charge move. Are we going to let it go through? No, we are going to shield, and then we will be able to Poison Jab, farm them down, come out with a little bit of energy. We go for that drill run straight away, and then I assume we will swap out of this matchup, and we do. We swap into the Shadow Poliwhirl. Best buddy boosted as well, by the way. We go for a Scald that does some decent damage, and a second Scald. Actually no, we're just going to go for the Mud Bomb here, and it looks like it's a CMP tie as well. We do grab a shield from the opponent, and we're also going to shield at the last second. It's a Psychic, so that probably would have taken us out, and it does now allow us to get to a Scald once again on a CMP tie with this opponent. We grab the shield, and we get an attack debuff. Wow, I'm very good at speaking here, but that attack debuff allows us to get to a Mud Bomb at the last second, and that doesn't quite take out the Medicham, but we come in with the Spinda here. We make it to an Icy Wind before they make it to an Earthquake on the Galarian Stunfisk. This will lower their attack. It's actually a CMP tie, so that's perfect timing there. Earthquake now does less damage, and we will be able to make it to the Icy Wind on the CMP tie with a Rock Slide this time around, and Icy Wind takes out the Stunfisk. The Medicham has a charge move banked, but it does not matter. We still got plenty of health on the Beedrill. One Poison Jab takes out the Medicham, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Haunter in the lead. Not the best lead for us. Going to swap into the Shadow Poliwhirl. I keep wanting to call it a Politoed or Poliwrath. It is neither of those Pokemon. The opponent comes in with an Azumarill, and this is a matchup where we might be able to flip it. We go for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb is only neutral, and it is non-stab, as this is a pure water type, but they're still going to chunk over time. We're now going to shield this charge move here, and the opponent does go for the Play Rough, and we are resisting the bubbles, of course. Going to go for a Mud Bomb here after 4 Mud Shots. Very nice timing. Go for another Mud Bomb just before they make it to the next charge move. and this does grab a shield from the opponent, and we swap and we catch perfectly the potential play rough. It is the play rough, it's resisted. The opponent comes back in with the Haunter here, and we might actually be able to get to a drill run here. They get to a Shadow Punch, we live the Shadow Claw, and we do make it to a drill run. This will grab the final shield from the opponent, but it's now looking a lot better for us. We can come in with our Spinda. We will resist all of the ghost type damage, so they're going to have to be running Sludge Bomb to do any meaningful damage here. And they are running it, and that actually does quite a lot of damage, but we do get the Psycho Cut farm down. They now come in with something that was running Hex. I didn't really see what it was. Alolan Marowak. We're able to come in with the Poliwhirl. The opponent tries to make a catch. They're not able to do so. We hold on to the energy and the opponent concedes the match there. Into the next battle, an awful lead into Skarmory. We save swap into the Poliwhirl and the opponent responds with Empoleon, so they clearly don't have a good response here. We go for that Mud Bomb, it does super effective damage, and at this point I think we can just safely shield and then fully Mud Shot farm down the Empoleon, and we are able to do exactly that. We come out with 100 energy, go for a Scald into the Skarmory, and this will do some very nice damage, or grab a shield, and we get the attack debuff. So that's massive. Scald looking to be a very good move here for this Poliwhirl. We even make it to a Mud Bomb before they throw their energy. Have they been counting? Yes, they actually have, and they do let that go through. So very good call by the opponent there. Sky Attack takes us out. We come in with our Spinda and we don't get the Icy Wind off before they can throw, and this is going to be a Brave Bird that does a lot of damage. They come in with Galarian Stunfisk. We're going to go straight for the Dig, and Dig does connect. It does big damage back at that Stunfisk, and at this point I think we can live a Rock Slide, so we will let the first one go through, and we're going to go for the Drill Run straight away. And this will be grabbing the final shield from the opponent. No, they actually choose to let it go through, put it all on the Skarmory, but they don't have enough health here, and we're able to Psycho Cut, farm down the Skarmory, and take that game. Into the next battle, very good lead into a Wigglytuff. The opponent save swaps into an Alolan Marowak, and this is a very good matchup for us. Gonna go straight for that Scald. Scald grabs a shield, no debuff this time around, but we should still be fine here. We are going to call a bait. They're actually running Shadow Ball instead of Shadow Bone. That does more damage, and that means that they will be able to shield here and then successfully flip switch advantage. And that's not ideal for us here, but we're gonna come in probably with the Spinda, I'd imagine. Yeah, Spinda obviously a lot better, as we do resist, well, double resist the Shadow Ball damage, so the opponent is stuck throwing just Bone Clubs, but they do have a lot of energy loaded, so they're going to get off a second Bone Club, and they even make it to a third Bone Club before we can get to that Dig to take them out, so they have really chipped a lot. Remember, we did debuff their attack with our second Scald, so we're going to take out the Marowak here, come back in with the Beedrill, and we've got a 2 shield advantage. So even though Whiscash is resisting the poison jabs, we're still going to be able to take them out here. Probably just going to double shield, as that Wigglytuff is very unlikely to outpace us to a charge move. So we get to the second drill run. It looks like it's a CMP tie. I'd imagine we're still going to end up shielding if they do survive, which they do. They barely hang on, which is a bit unfortunate, but we do shield there, and we should be able to make it to a Sludge Bomb quite comfortably up against the Wigglytuff. And this, well, we're actually going to undercharge it for some reason, and now we're going to swap into our Spinda, go for an Icy Wind here. We're just playing with our food at the moment, and the opponent has actually forced quit the app, and honestly, I complained about it in a previous video, but I don't blame them there. We took a very unnecessarily long route to winning that game, so the opponent just wanted to end it as soon as possible. But into the next battle here, we see Trevenant in the lead. The opponent swaps there, trying to catch an X-Scissor possibly, but we hold on. We're actually not running X-Scissor, so that's a very easy decision for us to not throw our charge move. The opponent goes for an Earthquake. That does a lot of damage, but they're not going to be able to farm us down, so we're going to be forcing them to throw their energy, or, well, actually, just let it go down. And that also makes a lot of sense, I guess, because they can come in with the Trevenant and they will be able to farm us down, but not before we make it to a Scald. And even though this is resisted, it will do some decent damage and it gets the attack debuff. So Scald coming in clutch with those debuffs so far. Gonna come in with Spinda. Of course, we do double resist all of the ghost type damage. They're stuck throwing Seed Bombs, and since they have been debuffed, these are going to do even less damage. Gonna let a second Seed Bomb go through and then overfarm just a little bit. Go for the Icy Wind, but we throw on the CMP tie. That's not ideal for us. We're going to let another Seed Bomb go through and then finally get off this Icy Wind. It would have certainly been a lot nicer if we got that off straight away. The opponent then goes and catches onto a Lantern, which is a great catch, but it does permanently debuff their attack here, and so we can actually safely let one Surf go through. Not going to do too much damage to the shiny Beedrill. We now go for that drill run, grabbing the final shield from the opponent, and now we will be able to shield in this matchup, shielding up a Surf, and we'll make it to a drill run in time. Drill run should be enough from this range to take out the Lantern, and then can we farm down the Trevenant from this range? It's going to be close. Yes, we can. It's a simultaneous KO. We still had the Spinda though, so we're able to take that game. And into the next battle, we see a load of Ninetales running Powder Snow in the lead. The opponent doesn't even farm to a potential Side Shock, so we will let the Weather Ball go through. It still does some decent damage, but not too much. We go for a Drill Run up against the Swampert that's come in. I assume we're going to try and make a catch, but we don't actually. Going to shield here, and then we will be able to make it to another charge move. But no, this time around we do make the catch, so very nice play there. Catching the Hydro Cannon is resisted, so that doesn't do too much damage, and the opponent goes for a CMP tie here, so we can safely let a second Hydro Cannon go through, and now we will farm to the back-to-back Mud Bombs up against the Swampert, and the opponent chooses to let the Swampert go down. We're going to wait here. The opponent comes in with Trevenant once again, so we're just going to go for that Scald. And Scald hopefully gets a debuff, and it does get yet another debuff. Unfortunately, they are able to fully farm us down just as we were making it to a Mud Bomb, but it doesn't matter. Seed Bomb's going to be debuffed here. The opponent comes in with Alolan Ninetales. We're going to go straight for an Icy Wind here. The opponent actually lets it go through. They are keeping a hold of their shields here. They will finally shield in this matchup up against the Beedrill, but at this point I think we do probably just shield here, hoping to get off as much Poison Jab damage as possible. That is the play, and now they're in range where we can just Psycho Cut, farm them down, and come out with a little bit of energy going into this Trevenant. We get to the Icy Wind before they make it to a Seed Bomb, which is amazing. Icy Wind debuffs their attack, and now we should be able to comfortably live a Seed Bomb, and they won't be able to Shadow Claw farm us down before we make it to one final Icy Wind in this matchup. An Icy Wind takes out the Trevenant, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Lantern in the lead. Now, technically, all three of our Pokemon do have ground type coverage, so we shouldn't be doing too badly up against Lantern, but at the same time, we don't really have any dominant matchups up against it either, but we do successfully land the Drill Run, and we swap and we catch a Surf onto our Shadow Poliwhirl. Very nice play there. The opponent going to be able to try and make it to a Thunderbolt. They're not going to get there, so they do swap out and bank a Surf. I do like that play, but we are able to bank a lot of energy, and the opponent very well timed, throwing just before we make it to another Scald. So we're now going to throw straight away. This Scald will do some decent damage. The opponent actually uses a shield. We get the debuff, and we should have committed to the Scald there, but we don't, and unfortunately they actually end up shielding anyway, so that's perfectly fine here. The opponent going to throw their energy. We should be letting this go through, and we're going to put it all on our Spinda to take out this Noctowl. So they go for another Sky Attack. We are going to overfarm, and we allow them to get to another Sky Attack. I'm not too sure about this overfarming. I think we are overfarming just a bit too much. The opponent tries to make a catch or snipe with that Lantern, and we're able to just get the Psycho Cut farm down, and now we're looking to be in a really good position. We get the farm down, they come in with a Venusaur, and Venusaur is not going to appreciate these Icy Winds. The first one lands, it does big damage. The second one will put them into range where we can easily take them out with one Poison Jab from the Beedrill, and we take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Cresselia in the lead. This is typically a good matchup, but we're not running X-Scissor, and, well, the opponent's made it very easy for us, going straight for a Grass Knot, which is double resisted. But yeah, typically it's not that comfortable for us now that we're not running X-Scissor. We actually grab a shield with the Sludge Bomb though. The opponent going to throw another charge move. We might shield it this time around. We do, and it is a Moonblast. So once again, that is resisted, but it will do a lot more damage than a Grass Knot. So we do end up shielding it. And honestly, from this range, a Moonblast probably will take out the Beedrill. We choose to let the Beedrill go down. And now we're going to come in with our shiny Spinda here, and we will make it to an Icy Wind before they make it to a charge move of their own. An Icy Wind will debuff their attack before they can get off a Grass Knot or a Moonblast, and that's nice. It doesn't do too much damage now. We're going to make it to another Icy Wind. No, we're actually going to overfarm here. Once again, not too sure about the overfarming. I would like to see us just get rid of this Cresselia straight away, but we're going to see if this overfarming does come in handy in this matchup. No, they come in with a Medicham. We're going to swap into the Poliwhirl, and they throw straight away, so it's just going to be a power-up punch. It will boost their attack and make it a little bit annoying, but we can safely no-shield that first charge move. We go for a Scald, no debuff this time around, which is unfortunate, but we are going to shield up another power-up punch, and we will make it to a Scald in time, and Scald takes out the Medicham, and they've got Bastiodon in the back. We make it to a Mud Bomb, and this will do some nice double super effective damage, and now we can swap into the Spinda. We make it to the Dig in time, and this will be double super effective once again, but it doesn't take them out. And no, have they got a charge move? Yes, they have, and they win with 1 HP and a dream. Ah, such an agonizing loss there. Very unfortunate, but the opponent does take that game. Now into the next battle, we see a Venusaur in the lead. Very good lead for us. They swap into Lantern, and they don't throw straight away, so we do get off this draw run before they get off a charge move. The opponent does end up shielding there, and that's fine with us. We are going to shield. It's just a Surf Bait, unfortunately, but we do now make it to the drill run, and this will go unshielded. It barely doesn't take them out, which is a bit unfortunate, as they will now be able to get off this Thunderbolt and deal some very big damage. They come back in with the Venusaur, and we don't go for the Sludge Bomb. Not sure why we're going for a drill run here, especially since the opponent actually let it go through. So they even go for an aggressive Vine Whip farm down, so we should have definitely gone for the Sludge Bomb there. But one Psycho Cut will take out the Venusaur. They've got Galarian Weezing in the back. We're going to be able to permanently debuff them with the Icy Wind here, and this is going to be game over. There's literally nothing this opponent can do. They're going to end up throwing an Overheat, so they're going to permanently debuff their attack even more. We go for another Icy Wind. They can't be debuffed. Oh, no, they can, sorry. That was only the second Icy Wind. But now we're going to come in with our Poliwhirl here, and they go for another Overheat, and now they can't debuff their attack anymore. Honestly, I don't know why the opponent hasn't quit this battle yet. They go for a Play Rough. That is the correct play. But yeah, we're just going to be able to Mud Shot, farm them down, and take that game. Into the next battle, we see a Trevenant in the lead, a fairly neutral matchup. The opponent swaps into a Noctowl. We're going to come in with the Spinda, and we will shield the first charge move. I do like this play, as we will now be able to debuff their attack, meaning the subsequent Sky attacks will do less and less damage. And here that you can see that Icy Wind actually puts them into range where a second Icy Wind with a few more Psycho Cuts should be enough to take them out. So we do get the shield back, and now this Sky attack won't do as much damage as the first one. Gonna go for the Icy Wind. No, we overfarm here, and I'm not sure about this play. And we are going to let the Sky attack go through as well, and now we do give the opponent the opportunity to regain switch advantage, which is not ideal. But now we swap into the Beedrill, which is an interesting play. I'm going to go straight for that Sludge Bomb, and it does connect. It does big damage up against the Trevenant, and we can shield here. Yeah, we are going to shield the Shadow Ball, and they come back in with the Noctowl. We don't throw, and they do get off a charge move, so yeah, not too sure about this constant overfarming, but we're going to come in with our Poliwhirl here, and hopefully we do just throw the Scald straight away to get rid of this Noctowl before they get off the Sky attack, and that is exactly what we do. Scald takes out the Noctowl. They've got Lantern in the back, but it's actually running Charge Beam here, so this is better for us, but at the same time, I'm not really sure about the Charge Beam counts, but this trainer certainly knows their Charge Beam counts, as they catch the Thunderbolt perfectly onto the Spinda, and now we're even going to go for an overfarm here for no reason whatsoever. Go for the Mud Bomb. Mud Bomb takes out the Lantern, and we take that game. And into the final battle of this video, we lead into another lantern, pretty common pick as we've gone towards the end of these battles here. Gonna let this first move go through. They do just go for a surf, so we do tank that fairly comfortably. And now we're gonna go for a drill run, and the opponent lets it go through. Are we gonna make a catch? Yes, we are gonna make another catch onto the Poliwhirl, and it is just a surf, so I do really like that play. The opponent now gonna come in with Trevenant, a very hard answer, but we've got a ton of energy, and Scald will be lowering their attack once again from this Trevenant. So it seems like Scald has a 100%. Whoa, why are we shielding there? that was an interesting play, but maybe we'll get a shield back with this Scald, and we do get a shield. No attack debuff this time around, but the Trevenant will be able to take us out with the Seed Bomb here. So yeah, I don't really know why we shielded there, but that's fine. Gonna come in with the Spinda, absolutely wall them from their ghost perspective, so they have to go for the Seed Bombs, and once again, Seed Bomb had been debuffed. They now come in with a Registeel. We're gonna go for the Dig. Dig, an awful move, but it does deal some decent damage here. It does about half of that Registeel's health, and now we can shield this Registeel. They go for the Focus Blast. Are we going to bait them here or just go straight for the Dig? We go straight for the Dig. Does the opponent respect the damage? Yes, they do respect it. And now are we going to make a catch? We perfectly catch onto our Beedrill. We catch a Focus Blast, and that actually doesn't take us out, but the opponent makes a mistake there of coming in with the Trevenant. Is it a mistake though? Seed Bomb actually does take us out, so no, not a mistake from the opponent. Very well played, and unfortunately we do lose that final battle. So that's going to be it for today's video. Once again, I won't be doing any shoutouts in this video because it is pre-recorded, but if you did enjoy the video, make sure you leave a like, leave a comment letting me know, and as well, don't forget to respond to the question of the day if you haven't done so already. And if you want to see more content like this in the future, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on post notifications. That way you'll be notified whenever I upload a new video. And with that being said, thank you all so much for watching today's video, and I hope you have a great rest of your day.